Hello, sisters, beautiful beings. Welcome to day three, Feminine Wisdom Bite. I'm excited. This is Jonita D'souza, your feminine lifestylist. I see some people joining in. Please let me know if you can hear my voice so that I know that I what I'm doing is right here. Checking few things and sharing this link. Welcome. So it's day three of the Feminine Wisdom Bite. We are today going to be talking about the sabotaging nature of goal setting. And this is literally a build up from day one, where we spoke about, we went into the inquiry about desires, the internal conflicts we might have, and then leading on to day two yesterday, where we pulled into some of the energies of the new moon in Capricorn, and I shared four potent inquiries. We are in the first new moon of 2021, and we are being provided with energies that can support us to deepen our roots so that we can grow higher and farther in 2021 like big trees. So I'm excited to share today's wisdom bite, and this is quite personal what I'll be sharing today. A lot of learnings, a lot of understandings the hard way, and I am grateful to have this opportunity to be sharing this with you. Let me know if as I'm sharing, if any of these things resonate with you. um, I would love to interact with any one of you who is interested in having a conversation. If you have any questions around what I'm sharing, please feel free to ask right away as well. I'd love it to be an interactive session. And let me know also where you're joining from. If you're watching, where are you watching from? What is present? How are you feeling in this first lunar cycle of 2021? What is your body feeling? That will be a good place to begin with. I can say where I am joining from. I'm joining from India right now. It's late night, the night of the 13th, and it's 9:30 p.m. So yeah, and this is my last thing to do for the evening, and then wrap up into my no mobile, no electronics, no device zone. And I'm grateful that I have this internet connection finally working in this remote area in India, so I can connect with my sisters from the world. So lots of things to be grateful for. My intention through these 5 days of Feminine Wisdom Bite is to inspire you through some lessons, some tips that I give you some tips that I learned from my journey of exploring femininity, as I said, the hard way. And that has allowed me to literally do more, be more, experience more, receive more, but not at the cost of my feminine. So all of this is very new to me, and by new I mean a decade new. These things should have been taught to all of us since the beginning of our times, our age, but we are learning as adults, and that's the beauty of being open-minded, curious souls. So in Vedic science, the first 5 days of the lunar cycle are the feminine power times. And as the moon cycle begins to unfold, um, we then move into the masculine power times, which is why when we sync our lifestyles with the cycle of the moon, it becomes easier to get more done in less time, whilst also giving ourselves the time to rest, the time for introspection, releasing, creation, etc. So right now we are in this first a few days of the new lunar cycle, and this is a potent feminine time, good time for us to go deep into our feminine, the depths of our feminine, to see what is present, what what wisdom is wanting to come out to be seen. Uh, yeah. So, hello, Amy. Lovely to see you. Thank you for the heart. So today we want to talk about the whole hype about goal setting. Let me know, how do you feel about goal setting? I'm curious, how do you feel right now when I say goal setting? As I'm speaking, I can already feel the short breath. Goal setting. Oh my God, not again. That's what I'm feeling. You see, what I'm going to be sharing today is not to go against goal setting. I love goal setting. It's good. It's nice. It's useful. It's great stuff. We require this energy of goal setting, which is this masculine energy of drive, passion, focus, direction. We require that to create a lot of things. In fact, in our lives, we cannot be always in the feminine. Otherwise, we'll get nothing done. However, beginning the year this way can really put us in trouble, especially those who are in women's bodies. And I'll speak more about that. Hi, Melissa. It's 8 a.m. in California. Good morning. Wonderful morning reflections. Yeah. Thank you. So happy to hear that, Melissa. And thank you for showing up each day. Congratulations. And yeah, beautiful that you're taking the time. This is, please give yourself some acknowledgement for doing this for yourself. So, goal setting. Um, Well, I learned in the traditional way as well. And what I noticed years and years after goal setting, what would happen is that just few days down the lane, I noticed that I kept losing my focus, or the drive, or even the inspiration. And then just few days in the new year, I would meet with my friends, and we would have a drink and laugh about our New Year resolution, goal setting, and all of those nonsense or bullshit that we would call at that time. Um, just because we were never able to follow it through, and we thought that that's how it is. It's just superficial. So throughout the years, what has come to my understanding. So let me know, first of all, like if this has happened to you, that you begin the new year, you set goals, and then few days down the line, you just lose inspiration, or you just lose that focus. Even sometimes that goal, like for what happened with me, is that goal did not even seem as important anymore. So what has come to my understanding is that our problem is not goal setting. We think that we have a problem with goal setting, and that's not really the problem, because I believe that we all are really good in goal setting. We can really think about what we need to achieve and what needs to get done. We can really set those smart goals that are specific. So that's the easy bit. Goal setting is not the problem. The problem lies in achieving these goals, fulfilling these goals. So, going into the statistics, so I did a lot of research around it. I had been obsessed with human behavior for a really long time, and especially investigating all aspects of the life which are not in congruence with the feminine has been a big research for me. So, what I also found out as part of my research is that 60% of us make New Year's resolutions, but only 8% are successful in achieving them. So you see, around 8% of the people follow through and achieve. So, who are these 8%, by the way? Yeah, I want to know them. But what I want to say is that I've been there several times in the 92%, where I had set goals, and as I said that I just lose focus, or even drive, or yeah, just I get disinterested, and I get bored of my own goal settings and new year resolutions, etc. And I have also been in that 8% quite a few times in my life, where I really pushed through. I really strived hard no matter what, because just to achieve that goal. Because I used to be this hardcore competitive woman working in the corporate IT industry. So I have been there as well. So I also know what it took for me to achieve those goals this way. And to be honest, what I realized is that all these goals where I really pushed through and gave it all, those goals and achieved them, those goals were not even mine really. Most of the times, those were my work goal or those were my finance goal. I did them for my team, but those goals were not really something that could really enhance my lifestyle, my life itself. So let me know if you relate with this. Have you ever thought this way that, how come we get so committed to our employer's visions that we are ready to compete in the rat race? And how come we lose inspiration for our own personal goals? Or even our personal visions. In fact, many of the times we do not even have a personal vision. We do not even bother. So let me know if you have experienced something like this. Hi. I could never accomplish my New Year resolutions. Yeah, and you see, we are very good in accomplishing our work goals, our something that has been some limits or deadlines, and all of those things that have been set by our employers. We are really good in following their vision and making things happen. But when it comes to our own, it's a tough one when it comes to our own lifestyle, our health, our well-being, our desires. We don't stay as motivated, and that's quite sad. And the truth is that if you do not have a vision for your life, somebody else will have it for you. Somebody else will create it for you. So if you right now are not consciously creating a vision for your lifestyle, that means you are living a lifestyle that has been created, designed by someone else, and you are just a part of it. You're just a character of it. You are not the creator of it. And that's really sad that a lot of things happening right now in the world that has shaken our grounds last year and have asked us to really look into what is our vision for our life even. Yeah, is it simply about working and having all the work related goals? And I remember I was in this corporate job, and we had a meeting. This was like several years ago, and we had a meeting, and the meeting was called Vision 2021, where the chairman had rolled over a certain vision for the company, and they wanted all the employees to go through and meet that vision in the 5 years frame, 10 years frame, and all of that. And I remember myself in that meeting room, and I felt sick in my stomach, thinking, what am I doing participating in this vision for 2021 way, which is so far ahead at that time, in a job that I don't even really like or want to be. All I knew that I didn't want to be there. But also I didn't know where I wanted to be. I didn't have a vision. So the problem we have is not about setting New Year resolutions or setting goals, but achieving goals. And if you are a woman, then I can guarantee that there are days that you are inspired, there are days you are all over the place, fears kick in, doubts kick in, there are days you get triggered easily, and that's all normal for us women because of our cyclic nature. Whether you are menstruating or not, our emotions are based on the cycles, on where we are in our bleeding cycle and where the moon cycle is. So And according to some Vedic science, a woman's emotion changes every 2.5 minutes. That's a lot to deal with already. So having this linear way of goal setting that is usually taught in the personal development industry is simply not conducive to the female body, to our innate nature. So which is why I think that when we go, I don't think, I know, I must reframe. When we go into goal setting before allowing ourselves a good visioning period, we really sabotage ourselves. Um, so I want to say why. We often use goals and visions to be, we also always often consider these two words to be interchangeably used, and that's really confusing. These goals and visions are not the same thing. Why do you have to go into visioning before goal setting, and specifically during this time of the year? Because first of all, this month is a very um, slow paced in terms of energies, in terms of how our body is feeling, the light that is present. So, in the northern hemisphere, if you're in the northern hemisphere, then you will relate to that. So, visioning comes from the depth of your soul, from your desires. So, it's the process of seeing the bigger picture of your life, seeing the bigger picture of yourself, and the greater purpose of who you are or who you desire to be. And this is a very feminine process because it requires us to tap into the depths of our intuition. So that's what is visioning. It comes from a deeper knowing that you have inside of you. And this can be really scary for many women. As I mentioned in day one of the Feminine Wisdom Bite, go back and watch if you want, that we are scared to dream big. So no wonder we do not even allow ourselves the time to envision, because visioning is literally the state of desiring, dreaming into being. And it's not about figuring out the how, the when, the what, the why, but witnessing our desires as they are. So it's about tapping into this depth of your own feminine, and really seeing, like, what would I like if I had everything that I wanted, if I could, what would I like, or what if I was infinite, which you are. It's about tapping into this infinite, limitless version of yourself. Who would you be? Because visioning is the process of discovering your why. So the question is, do we even allow ourselves to do that? We don't. We just go into the new year and then we start setting goals. Goal setting is a very linear process. It comes from the masculine energy. And we women have a very limited resource of masculine energy in our body, which is why we cannot stick along to this masculine process in the long run. Goal setting is a very linear process, and it's about figuring out how to get things done. It's about figuring specific actions, steps, tasks to be done. So there is kind of like a start point and end point to it. Whereas visioning is, it doesn't have any length, breadth, width boundaries. It's when you are let free, who would you choose to be? So this is how we end up sabotaging ourselves when we begin the new year with goal setting. Because we begin to then think of need, all the things that we need to achieve in the year, the health, the money, the shoots, the coups, the woods, and we limit ourselves to not playing big. We limit ourselves from the possibilities of what else is possible in our life. And oftentimes these goals, they come from our ego, wanting to prove something to ourselves or to people around. If you have had symptoms of being a people pleaser, then chances are that a lot of goals that you have set are not even yours. It's kind of influenced by people around you, or it's um, it's it's been there with you so that you can prove yourself in one or the other way to people around you. And again, this is human behavior. So there is. I'm not saying it to do to right or wrong anything. This is how it is. Just it's our human mind. And yeah, so oftentimes we set goals to prove ourselves to others, to feel accepted, loved, respected. Let me know if any of these resonate with you. And um, don't feel shy or embarrassed if you are finding yourself in this pattern. I remember myself being like that. The beauty of this whole adventure of life is that we get several chances. We get several chances should we allow ourselves. So I remember myself being like that. I used to set small goals. I used to be really competitive. I had been always taught that growing up in India, a very competitive society. You got to either be a doctor or an engineer. I came from a family of doctors, so I decided to become an engineer, IT engineer. And competition was in my blood all the time. And I used to set small goals so that I can achieve them really quickly and easily, and that would give me an ego boost. And let me know if this resonates with you. I would set goals that would be well in my comfort zone. I don't have to do something um, really out of my comfort, and also achieve them in small steps. And in doing so, I was fooling myself that, yeah, 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 I'm setting goals, I'm achieving, I'm fine, I'm doing good. But what I was doing is sabotaging my process of growth, my process of expansion. Because your true desires, your vision for life sometimes will scare you, will feel big for you. And this is normal. If it scares you, it is meant for you, because these desires are not just some random things that come up in your mind because you're a psycho or something. These desires are given to us for our evolutionary process, for your soul's growth. So even though you feel scary, or even though your desires feel very big, when you allow yourself to envision, you will feel a deep sense of connection and familiarity. You will feel that deep longing. Your vision is your reason for being. Let me know if you feel deep down that you have big desires that you are even scared to admit, or you are scared how you can even achieve them, or you're scared to even acknowledge, but you really want it, you really desire it. There is this deep connection and familiarity. If you're alive, then you definitely have this feeling inside of you. So when we allow ourselves to vision, we are able to tap into this infinite pool of potential, of creativity that lies within us. And this is the inspiration that keeps us going in the long run. It is this process that keeps us going despite our failures, despite us not meeting our goals, because we are not then driven by the ego, but by our soul. So, yes, there will be times where you will not achieve your goals, and and you will feel afraid, and you will struggle, or you will doubt yourself. However, if you are aware of your vision, that vision will feed you. The reason I'm asking you to tune into your vision, not to go into achievement mode, but even giving yourself to give yourself this acknowledgement. This is why I give immense importance to the feminine process. Melissa, let me read what you said. This is such an amazing perspective for me personally because it is actually the approach I use for my job, the vision, not goal process. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. So, this is why I give immense importance to this feminine process of visioning in the month of January. This is a period of transition, the void, the gestation, rather than us going into the masculine process of goal setting. And once you have received a clarity about your vision, it could be when you allow yourself to vision, you will see how you are guided to create this year. So once you have received clarity about your vision, it then becomes easier to set goals accordingly. And you will notice that your life then for the rest of the time of the year will not be ruled by the achievement of the goal, but the fulfillment of the vision. So think about it. So you will not wake up thinking, I have to achieve this goal and I have to make this thing happen. Instead, you will wake up with the excitement of fulfillment of the vision, the bigger picture. And that's two different energies. This is what we have to tap into to stay continuously inspired. So let me give you an example. So for many years, last 5 years, I would say particularly, my vision had been to have a lifestyle where I have the ease of working for myself in a beautiful environment, inspiring women to create the same for themselves, using their feminine, have plenty of time for rituals, nature, have sensual connections with people around me. So that's been my bigger vision for my life. And each year I tap into that vision and see what else, yeah, what else wants to come through. So the goal setting for this vision would be looking into then what systems to create to have more time. What systems should I create to provide um, value to the women to inspire them? What systems should I create to make money? What skills I have to learn? How I can design my environment that is beautiful because that's part of my vision and all of that. So it is really important to have that bigger picture because this will be your reason to wake up in the mornings and feel like your life means more than your to-do list. So when we go, let me know how this is sitting for you. And I just a mosquito bite that's bothering me right now. So when we go into goal setting before visioning, we actually rob ourselves from our capacity to receive more in this lifetime, and we begin to settle for less. We just go into losing this much weight, making this much money, buying a house on this budget, and we continue to be in this rat race for life. We look for inspiration that is outside of ourselves, and that's why goal setting does not last for long. The inspiration just drizzles away. We lose focus, we lose the essence of why are we even doing what we are doing. Yeah. So both goal setting and visioning are required. So it's not that you do one thing, but doing the goal setting, going into the goal setting, going into the new year resolutions without even having a clarity on what's your vision for life. You see, when you receive that clarity, every time you speak of it, you will feel the tingles in your body because this is what will keep you alive. This is the juice for life. Because we will be thrown into hardships and challenges and failures and heartbreaks, and all of this is part of life. But our vision will keep pulling us back. Yeah. So the feminine ways to go into visioning first, feel the expansiveness from there, then set the goals. And to be honest, I like to I don't like the word goal setting anyways. I like to call them as taking inspired action. That's another point to note is that our language has a vibration. The words we choose affect how and what we create. So for me, even though I learned the feminine way and I still just cringed when I would think of goal setting. Oh my God, goal setting. When I think of inspired action, then that makes me feel good about myself. So choose the words that really inspire you. And I could not have imagined in several years that I will now be living my vision. It's because it is important to energize our vision in the long run or as a daily practice. So this is the invitation that I want to extend you as women, that as women we have immense pool of feminine energies in our body as compared to the masculine energy. The masculine energy is we men have more masculine energy in their bodies hormonally, um, biologically, and all of that. And women, we have more feminine energy in women's bodies. So it becomes our responsibility to learn how to use our feminine energy to keep to stay inspired in the long run. So that's how I want to end today by sharing. Please stop going into goal setting now, unless and until you have a clear vision for your life. And I want to talk about the sensual lifestyle visioning process that I have created. Each day, I remind myself of my vision so that I can feel inspired in my goals. Um, One of the things I've also noticed is that the personal development industry focuses on increasing our willpower to achieve goals. Once again, this is not conducive to a woman's body, and it's a gateway to burnout fast. Whereas researchers tell us that people are more likely to achieve their goals when they set up the right environment for that. So it then becomes our responsibility to make our environment conducive to our vision. Now, by environment, it's not just the physical environment that we live in, but a holistic approach that our environment includes our bodies as well. So I've created this beautiful process called Essential Lifestyle Visioning, in which I share the resources for you to stay inspired in your sensual vision through various masculine and feminine embodiment practices. Because we women learn the best through our bodies. And when we energize our sensual vision on a daily basis, then something magical happens. We open ourselves to more opportunities, more support, more awareness from known and unknown sources. And when we set goals, then it feeds our being rather than depleting us. So there, of course, there will be moments where you would go into your masculine and you will think about getting things done and goal setting and all of that, and you will burn out, and that happens to me as well. Even though I teach this thing, we go into familiar patterns of behavior, and the idea is to not beat us up for for going falling off the wagon, but with the new information and knowledge and acknowledgement that we have, our vision pulls us back. It's our vision that gives us the courage to go beyond our comforts, to face our failures, to find our strength. And for me, having this clear vision and having an environment of conducive to that has helped me to wake up each day thinking not thinking that, oh my God, so I have to do these things today, the list of things that we have for the day, but instead to wake up and feel that, oh my God, I get to do these things today because I have chosen this and this will bring me closer to my vision. So, how grateful I am for that. So, do you feel what I'm saying? Is that resonating? Share with me something, give me a like, or share with me in the comments if this is sitting with you. So inside the sensual lifestyle visioning process, we also go through a process of identifying our sensual vision, because a lot of us have difficulty in allowing ourselves to visualize. And the process that I guide through is utilizing the wisdom of our senses, our bodies. So we really have this embodied experience. And we then also go into making a sensual lifestyle vision board, which is different from the normal vision boards because of the process we use to create it. So I highly recommend the process of visioning before goal setting. First feed your soul and then create action steps from there. And if you're interested in the essential lifestyle visioning process, then let me know, drop a comment. Yes, I'll send you more details. This is the process several women in our sister tribe have gone through. And I have done several in-person sister circles as well. And I know that how fruitful this can be for us busy women, because it's really easy to forget our vision in our busy lifestyles as well. So this process is really useful. So if there are any questions, please let me know. Hi, Julia. Hey, Charlotte. Thank you. I'm glad to know this resonates. Yeah. If there are any questions, please let me know in the comments. You can also send me a personal message if there is something confidential. And I'd love you to share this video with other women if you think that they would benefit from receiving this feminine wisdom bite for today. I feel that a lot of us women are waking up to the fact that we want to do things differently. We want to create our lives in a way that is conducive to our desires as ambitions, as well as our sensual nature. And you and I are part of that paradigm. So I'm really glad and I'm really grateful for your presence. So, what would it look like to wake up in the mornings with excitement in your being, in your senses, in your femininity? How will it look like when you feel your fears and still keep moving forward? You see, as I said, it's now 10 p.m. in India, and this lights me up as I'm sharing this, because I am living my vision. Because this is not just a goal that I had to tick off my list for today, because this is connected to the bigger picture of how I want to be and what I want to do in my life, and how I want to show up as. Melissa, I'll send you some information. I know you are inside the Exploring Femininity Sisterhood group as well. So I'm going to send you some information through Facebook there. Thank you for questioning. So if there are no questions, I would like to say it's a good night from here. And I wish you a very beautiful morning, a very beautiful afternoon, wherever you are. And I hope that whatever I've shared today with you will give you this momentum to sit with yourself and think, feel into what your vision is for life, for yourself. Namaste.